Hi, so this is one way that you might make a digital project, is using this free app called PicCollage. It does have an option to buy it, but you can get it for free. And I'm going to just go over a couple of its features. When you're getting started, you have lots of options. You can use a grid, a pre-designed template, but I went for the freestyle. And now let's see if I can figure out how to get back to my collages, because I don't want to start over. There we go, my collages at the bottom. And I'm working on this one right here. So let's edit that. I'd like to talk for a moment, about my inspiration, because in your project you need to be inspired, and that's me trying to figure out how to get voices in here. So one good source of inspiration would be the artist who did photo montage. You can use your own photographs, which is what I'm doing here, or take photographs from the web and manipulate them from the internet. Like, look at that one. That's really cool. The shell. It kind of makes me want to go get a shell, which I have one somewhere, and take a picture of it to include. And if I were doing this as a project and not as a quick demo to get up for you guys, I would probably take a picture of a shell and try working, play around with that a little bit. And now I'm going to try to say her name. I think it's Hannah Hock. She is a central figure in photo montage, Dada, and surrealism. And you can see some of the things she does with working with photographs that she takes from the media. Pretty neat. Some fun stuff that she does there. And here, I think it says, there's some embroidery. So she's adding textural components. Her stuff is not being made digitally. So while it's a good source of influence, she's using other types of media, and so we're not going to be able to borrow everything from her. This one's lots of fun. Like, look at that. But you could just there's so many things you could do, get creative with this. And so I'm thinking, like, when I look at one like this, which of my photos I want to make the background. And it's kind of interesting. Like, maybe I want to play around with a shed. This also makes me want to get a photo of myself to put in there and kind of play around with the face. Here's some more of her work, some that you've seen already. There's the one to the left is one of her more cubist, kind of Dadaist pieces. You can clearly see the modern influences on her work. That's her most famous one, actually called Dada. It will cut with the Dada kitchen knife through the last Weimar beer belly cultural epoch in Germany, 1919. So a lot of stuff. I think that's what we think of when we think of a collage, just kind of pasting a bunch of stuff in. That's a fun touch, the head juggling. So, just kind of think of how you might play around with your photos to make something interesting. And so a couple more from her. Some interesting, fun stuff. That is weird. That's really cute, the idea of putting a person on a fingertip and the way she's making her faces. I also really find Georgia O'Keeffe fascinating. And when I look at her flower photos, it makes me think, maybe I could take one of my flowers and make it large and make it be the background. So, looking at some O'Keeffe. And then Frida Kahlo, her broken column really speaks to me, because I definitely don't have the degree of injury that she has, but I have back problems, and I've had them all my life. And so I relate a little bit to the way she expresses her pain in this. So I kind of like that idea, and it makes me want to bring in a picture, which I've found. So I searched public domain and I'm wanting a picture of a woman, specifically her back, but you don't always find what you want when you type in back. Publicdomainpictures.net is a good resource for some public domain pictures. Let's see what else. Pinterest, I wouldn't trust that one. I'm not recognizing these others. So let's see. I know that Flickr. There's a Flickr public domain one that is good. You should do a Google search and find out which of these websites is actually noteworthy. So here, Flickr is going to be good. It's going to give us some good options. So that would be something that I could use, a public domain. And then there are a lot of fun options in here, even some old art. You could have a lot of fun using some of these. And then, like that could be fun. But the one that I found using Wikimedia Commons, and I did look for a woman's back, and like I said, some of these can be a little bit scandalous. Yeah, so we won't scroll through those. I will just show you now with PicCollage, and I'm sorry that it must be sideways. No thank you. But let's go back into the one that I'm working on. Let's edit this, and I want to add that one. So I'm going to go, you can either tap on your screen to add the photos, or you can go down to this little icon, and I'm going to add that one with a woman's back, and there it is. And I kind of like the idea of, say, let's take this flower right here, and I think I have two of them, but I'm not going to take them out for just yet. And you see that little icon that says edit. So I want to edit this flower, and when I want to cut it out, I want to do a little cutout, which can be fun. So I'm going to use the scissors, and I'm not going to worry about making it perfect right now. This is about kind of having fun, right? That's good. That's kind of what I want. But let's touch it up a bit. Can I edit this guy still? Yeah, I want to try to cut in a little closer. So, it made me start over. Okay. What? So I'm not going to pretend that there won't be frustrations here. This is going to require some patience, especially if you want to get something like this. Like, I wouldn't mind even going closer in than this and really getting the edges, but I don't want to turn this into a nightmare either. So there we go. I've got my flower, and I'm just going to say that that's good enough. And I would like to put it on top of her back, and I want to align it with the back, and I don't know how to do that, and it went away. So I think I'm going to go to layout. Does layout do it? No. Okay, photos, no, we don't want that. So I'm struggling a little bit because I want this straightened, and I don't need the stickers, and I want to put it on top of her back, and I am not succeeding at that. So I'm going to duplicate it, bring in another one. That's kind of cool how quickly you can do that. And now that one's on top of her back, but I can't seem to straighten it out, and so I'm not loving that. And I don't know if there's a good way to do that. And for the sake of this demonstration, I'm not going to try to figure that out right now. And if anyone does mess around with that and they want to show me, tell me, let me know, and I'll let people know what I found. And of course there are other, so I'm using some paint. I'm just going to paint on her a little bit. So you can really, there's so much you can do with this free technology, playing around. And I'd like to, this one's kind of fun. Again, the cutout feature is lots of fun. So we'll cut this little guy out and like, I'm just gonna, it's neater to, it's fun to get this little bird in really close. Oh, so you can zoom in on it, and that really helps to get a closer cut. See, that made it much easier. And that's what I want to do. And then I want to make another one, so I want to duplicate that. And I just have to keep tapping it until I get the thing that lets me duplicate it. Edit, duplicate, and make another bird. Those are fun. I've got a couple of those, so I can put those anywhere. I'm gonna have to learn how to. Yeah, I'm gonna set that as background, but first I want to cut out. So we're gonna do the cutout again, and we're gonna make this flower the background, inspired by Georgia O'Keeffe. And if I would probably try to get in even closer if I wasn't trying to make a demo and make this quick. So we want this to be our background, so we're going to set that as background, and that's pretty cool. I would like the flower, I'd like it to be even bigger. I'd, like I said, even go in closer so that the whole background is the flower. So I like that. I'm happy with that. I want this, I just want to kind of go ahead and get rid of that. And let's see, there must be a way to delete it. Remove, so that one's gone. And I want to make this one larger, so I'm going to pull that arrow, yeah, and maybe, yeah, that's how I can get it lined up with my flower. So I finally figured that out. And I'm just going to cover this other flower up. If with more time I would work. Now that's unfortunate that the paint marks that I made didn't come with, but we're just going to move those there and kind of, not that I like these paint marks or anything, this was just to demo your options, but let's keep that on there. And I've got this flower, and it looks like I can, yeah, there we go, I can make it bigger, and that's what that's what I wanted to do, is kind of put a flower in her back. That's fun. Okay, so that's kind of because of modeled on the broken column, I kind of got that in there. And let's move these birds and make them larger. And yeah, like that. Neat. So yeah, let's remove this one. I'm just kind of double tapping on them to remove them. You're gonna have to play around a little bit. And let's mess around with this shed a little bit. And so I'm gonna remove this one too. Like with more time, I think I'd like to put this flower in also. But I don't, for demo purposes, I'm not gonna mess with that. I'm gonna remove that, and I'll remove this one. But I would put more stuff in my painting, and I'd love to know if there's a way to like select all of these and move them together, and how do I send that to the back? So, I want this now to be the one behind, so that looks like collect. Okay, I don't know what that did. But there we go, back. So yes, so I put that one in the back, and I want this one out again. Like I would use all these if I would take photos even, if I was trying to make this. Let's make this guy bigger, and let's make this guy, oops, not that. And let's make this one larger. And see, so that's kind of coming together. So I really want you to know that you've got so many options to play with. And I would probably take some specific photographs if I wanted to do this, and take more time to search the public domain for ideas. Let's play around with the effects for a second. So what are some of the things we can crop? And I would like to crop it down to just to the shed with the dog. Yes, this is kind of old. There we go. The shed that is in disrepair. So I crop that down. You can play with the saturation. You can play, look at that black and white. That is cool. I like it in black and white. I like kind of that feeling that you get. So we're going to do that. But, well, I'm going to go back to color because I think some of the other features will show it better. So we'll do that. But you've got contrast that you can play with. So you've got, and you can do this with other images. I'm just choosing this one. So play around with the controls. Vignette's kind of fun because it then adds to that nostalgic feeling that I'm wanting to go for. It's hard, you can see how there brings in these. I'm going to go full on with the vignette. Blur, I don't really know what that does. Draw down to blur. Okay, what happens? Interesting. I don't want that, but I do think that's cool that you can do that. But I did want to go black and white, so let's do that again. Where was that contrast? And we're gonna, no, maybe it wasn't contrast. Saturation. Yeah, now we've got this black and white image. And why didn't it, maybe I was supposed to hit OK. So let's go back to editing that again. Effects. All right, all the steps again. See this, I don't even know, but that's frustrating, isn't it? Let's go in, crop this down. Yes, we like that. We want to take the saturation down to black and white. And we want to go to vignette and pull that in all the way. And we are done. Now I'm going to click this check mark right here that I may have not clicked. Yes, it's saved that time. And I'm going to move this guy up here and kind of corner it out and make it big, really big, and stick it up in that corner. And this is a bit random. These were some photos that were on my computer already, and I would do a lot more to kind of make this even cooler. But you can see how with a few basic photos that were already on my computer and one public domain photo, that I was able to make something kind of, I think it's kind of cool. And like you could do something like going in with that. So I just clicked the doodle and went in and got the paint and kind of go around with some color. And there's so much you can do. Being creative. Maybe I want some words in it, like what I'm really missing. Nature, and this is like pain. I don't feel like I should have to tell you that it's pain, but I think that's kind of cool because like I wrote the word pain, but you can't tell that that's what it says. So it's a little mysterious, it's fun, and I'm really missing nature a lot, so I don't know, I might do a little spiral here. So that's just play around with it, have fun. I think it now it looks like it would be fun to fill in these little things where the birds are, maybe put some dots in there, I don't know. Play with these features. This is PicCollage. I recommend giving it a try. Make sure that you click done. Make sure you save to library right here. See this underneath where it says remove watermark and ads. I'm not going to mess around with that, but I want to save that to my library. And I don't know, okay, so I have to watch an ad now because I'm not paying for this, but we want to save that puppy. Now it's saved to my photos, and I can go in and I can email them to myself, which is what I would do, and then upload them to Blackboard because I use my computer for Blackboard. And so I can click that little icon up there and email it to myself, and it's a JPEG, it's perfect. Post that in, include that into my presentation, and I've got my art just like that. And it's pretty quick, pretty easy. I do recommend spending a bit more time with it if if you can, I wanted to make a quick demo, and I feel that it's not as short as I'd liked it to be as is. So